Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Pixels, a neurodivergent streamer, content creator, and lover of games that are equal parts soothing and deeply unhinged. Today we're talking about a cozy little game that lured me in with sunshine and sheep, then tried to feed me to a crocodile. This is Dinkum. It's adorable, it's chaotic, and it might just be my favorite accidental survival farming sim thing of the year. I've spent 115 hours building a town, raising livestock, fighting kangaroos who clearly trained with the UFC. It should be noted, I bought this game at the end of April and played it until I got Fantasy Life on May 18th. And it's now my secondary game. So the majority of that gameplay was in just the first 2 weeks I had this game. Don't judge me. Okay, so what is Dinkum? Dinkum starts like your standard cozy life sim. You're dropped onto a sunny island with butterflies, tall grass, a cheerful NPC eager to build a town. There's farming, fishing, mining, crafting, and licenses to unlock for everything. It leans hard into the calm at first. Everything's peaceful, calming, almost too calming. You're just minding your own business, collecting shells, thinking, wow, this is nice. And then a crocodile explodes out of the water to eat you. Or a shark tracks you across a bay. Or you're just minding your own business, hunting a kangaroo who turns around and throws hooves at you like it's settling old debts. Yep, that's Dinkum. 1 minute you're chasing butterflies, the next you're dodging wildlife with unresolved anger issues. It's like Animal Crossing moved to the outback and stopped pretending nature was friendly. Picture Stardew Valley and RimWorld had a chaotic Australian cousin who hands you a cup of tea and says, "Hope you can run." But somehow I'm obsessed. The cozy bits make the danger feel earned. One more day turns into 3 a.m., my Steam Deck's on life support, and my husband's asking why I sound like I'm in a boss fight when I'm supposed to be sleeping. Sorry, love. The kangaroos have hands, and I respect that. Also, fun fact, this entire game made by one person. One. That's not just impressive, it's fairly suspicious. Okay guys, let's talk stamina. In Dinkum, staying up past midnight doesn't mean instant collapse like in some life sims. You just burn through stamina faster and you get a really little amount to begin with. It just goes right down and you have about a quarter of your bar left. It's a soft limit, not a hard one, and that subtle shift opens the door to one of my favorite parts of the game, the late night loot. You toss a few fruit in your bag, keep a grilled croc steak or two in reserve, and suddenly you're free to putter around at your own sleepy pace. The sky darkens, the music softens, the sounds change, bugs chirping, wind rustling through the trees, the occasional splash in the river you really hope isn't a shark. It's calm, quiet, kind of magical. I started doing little things after dark, grilling meat by torchlight, trying not to light myself on fire. Again, organizing my inventory, harvesting, last minute planting, that kind of thing. It's the gaming equivalent of folding laundry. Low pressure, surprisingly satisfying. And as someone with a brain that absolutely refuses to shut up at bedtime, this became my wind down ritual. The repetitive tasks, the soft lighting, it all hits that soothing, structured, but flexible sweet spot. It's like meditative chaos, chill with a mild threat of violence. Still, there's something beautiful about being chased by wildlife under a moonlit sky, steak in hand, yelling, "I just want to cook!" A warning to all those that share a bed with someone, though. They do not like it when you scream, "Oh shit, there's a shark!" at 3 a.m. In fact, they get really mad at you, so don't do that. All right, guys, let's talk maps and exploration. Dinkum's world is procedurally generated. This means that every island is unique. Rivers, cliffs, resource locations, terrain shapes, totally randomized. You can't memorize it, you have to learn it. The only fixed rule? Biomes are tied to climate direction. The north is hotter and drier, deserts, red soil, more cacti. Head south and things cool off into greener, softer terrain. But no matter where you go, you're never far from a place that wants to maul you. And while the map isn't infinite, it's pretty big. Big enough that exploring it feels like a proper adventure. You're not just fast traveling from A to B, you're learning the lay of the land, mentally marking where the good iron spots are, trying to remember where that suspiciously aggressive shark lives, after blindly jumping into the ocean off a cliff. Although, honestly, once I learned that you can mark locations on the map via little icons in the map, I realized I didn't need to memorize where the resources and mean sharks were. So don't be me. Maybe just mark things on your map. So, anyway, it creates this growing sense of ownership. Not in the sterile, this is my land sense. More like, I've suffered here, and I've bled here, and I've built this barbecue next to a crocodile nest I didn't notice, but I still stand by this life decision. Your island feels personal, lived in, like you've carved it out of chaos with sheer stubbornness, even if yours ends up being 80% swamp and 20% croc pit. You know, character building. Replayability, massive. I've already got 3 save files, one scenic, one industrial, and one where I gave up on aesthetics and just started paving everything like a municipal cryptid? In a genre where sameness can sneak in fast, Dinkum's randomness keeps the spark alive. Every new island feels like a fresh story waiting to happen, probably involving at least one fire. Unless you're me, then it's about one fire every 5 minutes. All right, let's talk farm life versus wildlife. The animals in Dinkum are unreasonably cute. You get these little chooks that waddle behind you like you're their weird tall mother, but be warned, if they find a hole in your fence, they're running. They no longer care that you're the one that feeds them. Sleepy wombat things that blink slowly like they've never once had a stressful thought. The tiny butt wiggle they do when you're milking them, it's pure serotonin. And I'm not saying that I spent 10 minutes once milking a wombat that wasn't giving me any more milk just to see the butt wiggle. But one time I milked a wombat for 10 minutes just to see the little butt wiggle. No regrets. It lulls you into the sense of cozy domestic bliss. You start naming them, giving them nicknames, you rearrange their pens so they have a little more space, maybe a splash of aesthetic landscaping. You're very emotionally invested in this. But here's the problem. The game doesn't care. All it takes is one broken fence post, one slightly misjudged layout, or one crocodile that wandered too close and discovered this bad layout or broken fence post, and suddenly your peaceful little farm is a war zone. Feathers everywhere, panic in the pen, you rush in swinging, trying to save whoever you can. It's not a farm anymore, it's a battlefield with livestock. And listen, the game won't stop you from naming them, it just waits for you to get attached. That's the trap. Henrietta didn't deserve what happened that day. So pro tip, fence your livestock before you name them. Don't make it personal until you can make it safe. No one wants to be holding a bucket of milk screaming, "Not the chook!" while a crocodile bites it in half. Farming in Dinkum is adorable, yes, but it's also survival prep in a very cute wrapper. You're not just raising animals, you're protecting them from nature's hit list. It's farm life with a combat mechanic. Never forget that. So Dinkum might look like a cozy farming sim, but let's not pretend your sheep aren't on the front lines of a turf war. You're not just planting tomatoes, you're protecting your base from crocodiles that treat your animal pen like it's a drive-thru. Combat isn't especially deep, but it's surprisingly fun. You get spears, batons, and even traps for a bit of tactical flair. You can upgrade these as you progress and upgrade your licenses. The controls are pretty responsive. You dodge, you swing, sometimes you panic and just start swinging whatever tool you happen to have in your hand for defense. There's something weirdly satisfying about brawling in the middle of a bushfire while yelling, "Not today, Satan!" And don't be fooled by the turkeys. They will fight you. Not even for a reason, just vibes. Pure, uncut, poultry aggression. And if a turkey picks a fight, well, I just generally run away. And it works. The sense of lurking danger makes every peaceful moment feel earned. It's like sipping chamomile tea in a lightning storm with a flaming bat nearby. You know, just in case. All right, so what happens after the croc ambush? Simple. You grill it, and then you sell it. And then you do that a lot more because in Dinkum, the food chain is a cash register. Hunting is genuinely one of the best ways to make money early on, at least that I found. It's not just survival, it's business strategy. You take down a crocodile, throw its meat on the grill, and head straight to John's Goods with a sizzling side hustle. Turkeys, walking ATM machines, they're really hard to take down though. Sharks, high-value snacks. Crocodiles, gourmet barbecue that will fund your town hall upgrades. It's not revenge, it's entrepreneurship. Okay, it's also a little bit revenge because, as my community will attest, I really hate crocodiles. I think one of the first times I streamed this, I was speaking about how I just can't hunt animals in games and I find it really hard to do. And went on this big long tirade about how in Wildflowers, I just couldn't sell my pixelated chickens to the butchers, and my husband made fun of me for like 3 months, reminding me that the chicken was just pixels. I didn't care. I was not doing it. But by the end of that stream, I was grilling those croc asses, and my community members were laughing at me and saying things like, "Oh, pixels, I thought you were above hunting." And honestly, there's something deeply satisfying about turning your near-death experiences into profit. Nature attacks you, monetize it. Something tries to eat you, congrats, it's dinner now. And also profit. You'll be out there with a bat 1 minute, and the next you're carefully organizing grilled drumsticks into a neat little stack, planning your next sale. John, your island shopkeeper, doesn't ask questions. He'll just blink politely while you drop 15 steaks and 6 drumsticks on the counter at 7 a.m. like it's a totally normal thing. There's no judgment, just capitalism. But money fuels everything. Better tools, farming upgrades, mining licenses, new buildings. You are literally cooking your way to progress. Some people build wealth through smart investments. I made mine with crocodile meat and shark vengeance. And I have no regrets about this decision. So let's talk about how I avoided fishing at first. I thought I'd hate it, because I always hate it. Too much timing, too much patience, too many memories of rage-quitting minigames and other sims, looking at you, Stardew Valley. Then a quest forced me to try it, like it always does. So I grumbled, watched a quick tutorial, gave it a go, and now it's actually my 11 p.m. ritual. Just me, the river, the stars, my snoring husband, and some pixelated fish. By the way, fish, also a good seller. It's weirdly peaceful. That's the real magic of Dinkum. It never shoves you into a playstyle. It doesn't really guilt you with timers, even though there technically is a day cycle, or punish you for ignoring a feature. You can dip your toes into something, wander off, then come back when you're ready, or never. Want to farm berries for 8 in-game hours while listening to rain? Go for it. And actually, quick side note about the weather, it does change throughout the day. So just because it's raining in the morning doesn't mean you won't have a sunny afternoon. If you find farming and listening to rain boring, you can just go hunt crocs or kangaroos. No one's going to judge you. Some days I decorate my farm like I'm competing in a cozy core Pinterest contest. Other days I wake up and go full Mad Max with a flaming bat. Yes, you heard me correctly. One of your weapons in this game is a flaming bat. And the best part, both are totally valid. Dinkum doesn't care how you find your rhythm. It just quietly hands you the tools and says, go do your weird little thing. It's a sandbox with boundaries but not expectations. A structure you can bend, not completely break. Oh, and yes, it has multiplayer, so you can share your chaos with friends, or at least have someone else witness what happens when you accidentally set your orchard on fire while chasing a turkey with a shovel. Crocs don't scale in co-op, by the way, so it's just as dangerous, but now with shared trauma bonding. So have fun if you like multiplayer. Despite the crocodile drama, spontaneous fires, and poultry-related war crimes, Dinkum is, at its heart, deeply cozy. This is a game where you can decorate your house with your furniture, rugs, lights, and other little touches, and then turn around and defend that home with a flaming bat because a croc wandered too close to your veggie patch. It's not the most elaborate interior design system. You won't be hanging abstract wall art or installing crown molding, but it gives you just enough to make your space feel lived in. Your house is yours. And if you want a bedside barbecue and a room full of couches, no one's stopping you. But the real decorating magic happens outside. You can terraform the land, change the exterior of your house, lay brick paths, build fences, archways, signs, gardens, and quirky little town squares. Want to pave your entire island like a post-apocalyptic parking lot? Do it. Want a hidden orchard behind your barn just for vibes? Do it. You can install sprinklers to automate your garden, set up outdoor kitchens, build docks, or just wander. Rearranging furniture and fencing for hours is totally a thing. It's cozy core therapy, but with a shovel and a hoe. You can fish under the stars with the sounds of waves in the background, or spend an entire in-game day moving your garden beds 2 tiles to the left because the symmetry was off and it was eating your soul. And in the middle of all that, a town starts to grow. You invite NPCs, you build homes and storefronts. They move in, say funny little things, build stuff, exist. They don't feel static, they feel present. Weird, charming, slightly unreliable. There are days where I do absolutely nothing productive. I walk, I explore, I pick berries, I fix a fence that wasn't broken, maybe rearrange some chairs. I vibe, and it's enough. Some games pressure you to optimize every second. Dinkum just gently hands you a shovel and says, hey, do what feels good. The crocs can wait. That flexibility, that quiet permission to play how you want is at the heart of this game. Whether you're deep into urban planning, chaos management, berry farming, or running a fashion show for your chooks while your vombats slightly judge you, there's room for it all. There's no pressure, no one right way to play. You can build a thriving island empire, or you can just grill meat in a rainstorm because it's Tuesday and that's your vibe. It's cozy, it's chaotic, it's Dinkum, and it's exactly the kind of strange, soothing, slightly feral little world I didn't know I needed. So yeah, Dinkum surprised me. I came for relaxing farming vibes. I stayed for the croc dodging, fire starting, meat grilling madness that somehow still feels warm and charming. If you like cozy games with a healthy dash of chaos, Dinkum might be exactly what you didn't know you needed. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and drop your wildest Dinkum moments in the comments. Did a croc destroy your fruit farm? Did a turkey end your bloodline? I want to hear all of it. And hey, fence your chooks. Ooh, that was close. Ah, son of a bitch. I might actually take a bathroom break while the ad break comes on. Ah! What's attacking me? Ah! Fuck! Oh god! And I'm on fire! How am I on fire too? Shit, where's the water? Jump in! Oh, I'm not on fire anymore. Oh, you can swim? Oh, fuck. Sorry, that was probably like super loud in people's ears. Oh, come here. Come here. God damn it. That wasn't even the right way. Come here. There we go. Stupid butterfly.